Hey La, welcome back. So here I am again with yet another article. I think this is the fifth with regards to the Artivist campaign, the current Artivist campaign. And yeah, it started off as a simple message, a WhatsApp message which I share with my neighborhood hatch, a WhatsApp group. And then I continued looking at it and perfected it and added new details, and it turned out to be yet another article. But I would say it's also an update because it takes into account the new what's the word, the new progress, the progress of what has happened, and the new article on the Dunfermline Press. Yeah, I think I refer to what the Dunfermline Press latest article wrote about the story of John Kirby and his take onto this Artivist campaign. Allora, this new article is titled Happy WOWS or Unhappy Trash? That is the question. If buskers can't find respect at home, how can they expect it on the roam? Respect starts at home, where identity need not to hide. In the past couple of months, they've tried everything. Five Council, the Scottish Fire Brigade, Police Scotland, their MSP, member of the Scottish Parliament, councillors, the press, the BBC, and even a petition, all in an effort to suppress my right to express my identity as a busker and inventor in my own home, and to maintain their status quo. This right allowed my park of happy wows to thrive and flourish for a decade, using recycled materials to celebrate creativity and a community that respected my rights. However, after years of indignation and abuse, I decided to transform my home, my park of happy wows, into a park of unhappy trash, as a form of peaceful protest. The same recyclable items that once celebrated joy and wonder now stand as symbols of resistance against those who disregarded my work and my rights. This is the very same untouchable and protected right that allowed me to express my identity freely, and it's the same right they are now trying to suppress. However, during those 10 years, a large community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers conveniently respected, or rather exploited, my right to express my identity as a busker and inventor through my happy wows, but they ignored four other fundamental rights, what I refer to as the quadruple rights. I trusted that these universal, well-established rights would protect my home, my bark park, like the four walls of a fortress. Instead, I witnessed these rights being eroded before my eyes. 1. As a resident they violated my right to privacy, a fundamental human right protected under Article 12 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. 2. As a living author, they plundered my intellectual property, a right recognized under Article 27 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which protects a creator's moral and material interests. 3. As the creator of a busker home in a town of cookie-cutter houses, they discriminated against my right to diversity, a right vital to human dignity and social harmony. And 4. As an inventor, they denied me the right to pursue an alternative economic model, my busker home model, safeguarded by Article 23 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers willfully chose to ignore that while I exercise my right and freedom of expression as a busker and inventor in my own home, these 4 rights each required their own due respect. Now, in the last couple of months or so, the situation has shifted. I continue to exercise the same exact right to express my identity as an inventor at my museum home, but this time through a park of unhappy trash. A reflection of 10 years of indignation at abuse. The irony is that while this community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers failed to respect my 4 other rights for so long, they now seek to infringe on the one right they never contested, my freedom to express my identity through a park of happy wows for 10 years. But they can't, because that right remains just as untouchable and legal as it has always been. For 10 years, this same community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers somehow convinced themselves that they were granting me the right to express my identity at my busker home. Their behavior was often excused by distorted assumptions and arbitrary justifications, none of which ever acknowledged my repeated calls for respect. But the truth is, I owe them no gratitude for something that was already mine and enshrined, a fact now confirmed unanimously by Fife Council, the Fire Brigade, Police Scotland, their MSP, councillors, the press, the BBC, and even the absurd and impotent petition signed by the same community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers. Where do we go from here? Let's not trash any more time, or this Dalgety BayCOTT could last longer than the 381 days of the Montgomery bus boycott. We're not aiming to break their record, but the parallels between the two are hard to ignore. just as the white population in Montgomery fought tooth and nail to preserve the status quo of segregation, this community of clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers has tried every possible tactic over the past 2.5 months to prevent my peaceful protest from continuing. Despite their efforts, which involved 5 council, the Scottish Fire Brigade, Police Scotland, MSPs, councillors, the press, the BBC, and even a petition, they failed to stop my expression of identity through a park of unhappy trash. And they've trashed 75 days, the past 75 days, in a desperate attempt to prove that I didn't have the right to turn my home into a park of unhappy trash. Much like the segregationists wasted years trying to maintain their unjust system. But just like in Montgomery, where the protesters prevailed, the right to express my identity as an inventor and busker remains untouchable. This brings us to the first step of resolving the deeper issues that have plagued this community. 75 days ago, on August 23, at the very beginning of the Dalgety BayCOTT, I sent John Kirby an SMS that clearly laid out the first issue that needed addressing. Here's what I said. Step 1 of 10. John, our first step is to address the situation with the organization that arranged for 80 girls to visit the bar park in 4 separate groups. After each tour, every girl had a chance to open the spring-loaded treasure chest. Yet not a single donation, contribution, tip, call it as whatever you want, was made by any of their parents, all local residents of Dalgety Bay. These townspeople, much like you and your friends, have stolen my privacy, my copyright, my enthusiasm. We need to start at the bottom and work our way up. Let's untangle this first knot in the comb of unfair and cruel exploitation by the local community. Let me know how you get on with this first step. Unfortunately, this is the SMS message. Unfortunately, this issue was pushed aside, allowing 75 days to slip without resolution, much like how they spent those same days trying to suppress my right to protest. But the core issue remains. The 80 families and their 80 rainbow girls who booked tours of Bark Park but left without contributing to the treasure chest economic model. On October 20, 2 months later, Elizabeth Parish, the organizer of those visits, reached out to me after 8 years of silence. In her SMS, she reconfirmed her role and sought to clarify the situation. Thank you, Elizabeth. Here's what she said. Hi, Denis. Elizabeth here. I hope this finds you well. I have been sent a YouTube link and would love to resolve the problem. It says 80 families visited your home and didn't pay. I think she meant 80 girls. I'm unsure if this is correct. It's not. It was 80 girls, not 80 families. In rainbows, we do have 4 units, but it's capped at 13 girls per unit if all attend. This would then be 52 maximum with no girl missing an evening. This is rare, she said. I also believe I asked parents to provide their daughters with donation money. Please be aware I'm using the word donation, not a set amount. I also believe it to be that the girls left said donations. I haven't heard from you to the contrary. How can I help solve this problem you may have? I'm happy to help. Kind regards, Elizabeth. So thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth's message confirms her involvement, but the issue remains unresolved. For us to move forward, I kindly request that all parents of the rainbow girls involved provide a written apology acknowledging the time and effort I invested in creating a memorable experience for their children, as well as for not contributing to the treasure chest at the time. So I also request a delayed contribution using my current QR code-based economic model. Yes, public acknowledgement is crucial. If 80 families from Dalgety Bay couldn't manage a contribution after booking, how can I expect respect from those who visit without booking? Clandestine visitors, free riders, and public stalkers who violate my privacy, intellectual property, diversity, and alternative economic model, the busker home model. If buskers can't find respect at home, how can they expect it on the roam? Respect starts at home, where identity need not to hide. This is the first knot we must untangle if we hope to move forward. Happy WOWS or unhappy trash? That is the question. The Artivist campaign, WOWS don't grow on trees, garbage and clutter do, and the Dalgety BayCOTT boycott will continue and intensify until there is a clear foundation of respect and understanding for bar parks, quadruple rights, and for any other busker homes to come in Dalgety Bay and beyond. So as you can see, this is an update of the past 75 days through this Artivist campaign of unhappy trash. I'll keep you posted with more videos. You don't need to subscribe. I'm not a YouTuber. You don't need to leave comments. You can't. If you want to contact me, you can send me an SMS message to my phone number. What else? Well, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to do some yoga. I wish you well, and hopefully we can move forward soon, and I'll keep you updated. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye just now. Thank you. Bye bye.